RapidWeaver 8 comes with Unsplash integration, an amazing resource for free to use professional stock photography. To get to the Unsplash library, click on the Resources browser and select Unsplash from the sources list. You can drag and drop Unsplash images directly into your RapidWeaver projects. For example, if I wanted to customize the banner image for this theme, I could go to the general settings here and drag and drop an image into the banner area. So let's go ahead and search for an image that we want to use. We can scroll through the search results, find one that we like, and simply drop it into RapidWeaver. Whilst we're there, why don't we go ahead and add a site logo? So I'm going to search for another image, find one that I like, and drop it into the site logo area. If we go back to the home page and preview, you'll see the banner image has been updated, and if I scroll down, our site logo has been added here. You can also drop Unsplash images directly into your RapidWeaver content. So if I wanted to add one to one of my blog posts, I could go to the editing area for a post, search for a new image, scroll through the results again, finding one I like, and simply drop it into RapidWeaver. Now if we go and preview that post, we can see that RapidWeaver has added the image for us. You can drop Unsplash images virtually anywhere into RapidWeaver, and this includes Markdown pages. So on the home page, I'm actually using Markdown. If I wanted to add an image into here, I could do so again simply by dropping in an Unsplash image. So let's go back to Unsplash again, and we'll search for another image. Again, find an image that we like, and simply drag that into here. You'll notice that RapidWeaver adds the Markdown appropriate syntax. If we go and preview this page now, you'll see that RapidWeaver has added that image into here. If we wanted to do something more custom with the images inside of a Markdown page, for example, if we go to editing mode, we might want to add an image tag and perhaps add a class to it. So to do that, we would add the img tag and then set the source to the URL for the Unsplash image. Now you have a couple of options here. Firstly, you can use the resource macro as we have done here with the Markdown syntax, or you can simply enter the URL for that Unsplash image. To get the URL for the image, all you need to do is right click on the image and choose copy URL. You can then paste that in as the source for this image, like so. So if we now remove the Markdown image, go back to preview, you'll see that we still get the same result. But what this allows us to do is something a little bit more custom. If, for example, we wanted to add a class to this image, we could easily do so like this. So if I wanted some margin on the top, I know that this theme allows me to set margin top to be 3. Now if we go back and preview, you'll see that there's some space in between the title and the image below. What you can also do with Unsplash is if you find an image that you think you might like to use later on, you can simply right click that and add it to your project resources. That will then be added into the resources folder here. What you can then do is right click on here. You can either view this image in the browser, so this will take you to the Unsplash image page, or you can copy the URL like we just did, or we can copy RapidWeaver's resource macro. So if we go ahead and do that, then if we go back to the editing page for the Markdown, we could do the exact same thing as RapidWeaver did with the Markdown syntax. So if we add the Markdown image syntax like this, we can paste in the resource macro, and if we preview now, and you'll see that the image is added to our page, so that gives us a few different options to utilize Unsplash images inside of our RapidWeaver projects. Let's go back to edit and actually remove that for now though. Okay, one final thing I wanted to mention about Unsplash is that when you're browsing through Unsplash, as I just mentioned, you can view this image in the browser, but you can also view the author's page. Doing so takes you to that author's Unsplash page. So if you see an image that you like inside of the Unsplash library, you might like to go and see other images by that photographer. And that is how you use Unsplash images inside of RapidWeaver 8.